Hello YouTube. Today I want to talk about a special car. Selling my C63S tomorrow. It's a 2015 model and it's an edition 1. Um, just want to talk to you about my experiences with the car in past 7 years of ownership. I bought the car when it only had 2,500 miles and I was looking for, well, maybe like a little history. I had a CLS 550 before that, and it's a pretty good car, but it wasn't as agile and nimble and felt like a tank sometimes. And I wanted something more, faster, sportier, and more exciting. So I test drove the C43 and then the C63S, and oh my God, there's no comparison. So I don't know what was the difference at the time. Maybe it was $10,000-$15,000. I put myself together to pay it and get this car instead. Just to tell you a little bit about Edition 1, in 2015 they made 380 of them worldwide, and I think they sent 190 to the US, or maybe the 190 to North America, I'm not sure. But they're somewhat rare. What I really like about the Edition 1 is pretty much everything is whatever they have good. All the goodies are packaged basically, and you don't have to go pick and choose or be worried about Edition 1 not having something, because it just comes with everything this car is known for. From the nicer rims to AMG exhaust to the beautiful bucket seats and the red stitching and trims and accents everywhere. So I'd highly recommend it. If you can get your hands on one of these, Edition 1, definitely go for that. What really is interesting to me is actually the carbon fiber that they used. It has this red red color, or red weaved into black and gray, which makes it really nice. I'll add some footage of that to the video. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about the reliability of this car. I really haven't had any issues in the past 7 years besides changing oils and just in regular things. Maybe there were like 2 or 3 recalls, but nothing really major. If I recall, one of them was a software update, and nothing really bad, to be honest. So if you really want a daily driver that it's absolutely fun and a blast and it just makes this amazing sound, this is it really, in my opinion. And if you want it to be a little bit more utilitarian, of course get the 4-door, otherwise get the 2-door or the coupe. One other thing to mention really about this car is the bucket seats. It's really pretty, it's really nice, but keep in mind, bucket seats are never going to be as comfortable as just the regular seats. And combining that with suspension in this car and the low profile tires, it's a sport car. If you have lower back problems or something, that's something you want to watch out for, like how many hours you drive and things like that. And if you're like me, having lower back issues, you probably want to raise the seat as much as possible so you can have more. That's usually better for your lower back, but maybe that's just my problem. So we talked about reliability. The only thing that really comes to mind that it was a little challenging. I put all Michelin all-season tires on this car because I didn't think I need the performance, and I was like, well, why not saving some money, and those tires usually last a lot longer. When it was time to change the rear tires, because the front were okay, so I got some new all-seasons again for the rear, and the car started acting so weird in high speed, mainly in highways. If I was basically turning, or not turning, but just how the highways are, sometimes you get on a ramp or something, and it would start going crazy on those ramps because if for some reason it was thinking that I'm losing control, or there's not enough traction or something, and it would slow the car down, the stability would come on, and it's kind of scary. So I took it to the dealership, and for some reason, maybe it's just been my experience, I think they're nicer to AMG owners. So they did some extensive testing, and because it wasn't throwing any codes on the dash, besides, stability would come on, would kick in. But they did some testing, and they said, well, we want to change a part, we'll pay for it. I don't remember what they changed. It was something in the differential, if I remember, because this car has a dynamic or electronic driven differential, I think. So they changed the part. They didn't charge me for it, but I paid for the labor. And this was, of course, after my warranty was over. So it was a little bit better, but then it wasn't gone. So I decided to go and switch all tires to Pilot Sport. I think I don't know if I remember if it's 4S or S4. I got those all around, and the car was fine again. Fixed, no problem. It's just, and I should tell you this, it really it changes the ride quality in this car. I live in San Diego. Roads are pretty bad. I don't know. I hear most beach cities are like that, but I'm not sure. Compared to my reference point, for example, Austin, Texas, the roads are worse here. So considering the suspension in this car and the low profile tires, and if you add like a harder compound rubber tires, like all seasons, even the inside the car starts like my dash or my display actually was rattling a little bit. But all those issues are gone since I switched to a softer compound tire. So just keep in mind that could come up if you get a C63S. This car is very sensitive about the differential is actually it's an electronically driven differential, so that's something to watch out for. It's a wonderful thing. It's incredible what you can do with it and how it saves you, but just keep in mind. But that's it. Please let me know if you have any questions. Actually, one more item I'd like to add. I was asked a couple of times, why am I not getting a Tesla after this? Because I'm an electrical engineer, and people assume I should drive an electric car. There's so much I like about a car like this. Still, there's certain things that are analog. They're easy to access. For example, the dynamic switch, where I can switch between comfort, sport plus, and race. It's just a button right here. It's so easy. I can switch it anywhere, anytime I want. And if so those are somewhat preset, but I can only, there's actually a mode individual. I can set that one too. But even I can modify it on the drive, and I don't have to go fiddle on my screen or anything. It's just like the buttons down here. I can push a button, opens up the AMG valves, exhaust valves, and car's louder. So I kind of like stuff like that. That's why I'm hoping, the next generations, we have more options when it comes to hopefully electric cars soon. So maybe that's the time for me to switch to electric. The other issue I have is just the rumbling of a mechanical engine and the exhaust sound and note. It's just music. It's music to my ear. So that's another problem. But stay tuned. I think I'm gonna get an exotic car next. I'm super excited. I'm still shopping around, trying to see what would fit what I want. But please subscribe. Hopefully I can share more experiences with you, and I would love to hear from you too.